Where is he?
Where are you? Skull Rock. Do you know it?
Hello, this is Stacy over at the Skull Rock broadcast. I'm joined by...
Hello, this is Megan. Welcome back to our Stranger Things podcast. And we're super excited today because we have our first guest in a very long time. Hopefully we're not too rusty with our interviewing skills, but we have someone on the show with us today that we've been excited to talk to for a while, but had to kind of wait for obvious reasons. But thank you for being here today, Trevor. Would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, hi, my name is Trevor. I am an actor. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. And I worked a little bit on the show that you guys talk about a lot.
Yeah, so that's super cool. We've just been excited to talk to you about the work that you did on Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
So to get started, do you want to talk a little bit about how you got started, just in your field of work, being an actor, or also how you ended up getting to work on season? Did you just work on season 5 of Stranger Things?
Yes. So I came in about the halfway point of filming.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I started out acting in my hometown of Monroe, Louisiana. Shout out Ouachita Parish High School. They won state championship this year. So I had to
Nice.
shameless plug.
Love it.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I was not into acting from a very young age. I basically was at lunch one day and there was an announcement that came over the intercom saying they had a Shakespeare competition. So I was like, oh, it sounds interesting. And then a friend of mine dared me to do it in front of a bunch of girls. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it, you know? So I went through YouTube trying to find monologues and stuff, and I found one, and I competed at the school level and then state level, and it kind of just bit me. It was like Peter Parker getting bit by the spider. It was like, oh, it's a part of me now. So I got a football scholarship my senior year, and I studied theater arts at Henderson State University. And then after school, I kind of dabbled around some work in New Orleans, Louisiana, because it was a lot closer than LA, I can tell you that. And did some stand-in work on American Horror Story Freak Show. And then
cool.
Around 2015, the industry kind of left New Orleans and came to Atlanta or back to LA or New York. So I had a little gap where I didn't really work in the industry. And then I moved here in June of 23. And I didn't know anybody here in Atlanta, but I knew that it was a hub for acting and stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot, and just started, looking for background roles on Hallmark movies and stuff like that. And then, basically the casting company had put out a flyer for, stand-ins for, day to day, not something very long in duration. So I put in for it. I was the perfect height and size, and I got it. And then, basically it's kind of, I get on set. I don't know what I'm shooting until I get there. We were shooting at Stone Mountain, and it was an overnight shoot. And then when I got to the actual set, I was like, oh, I see a lot of lettering that says Stranger Things. And I'm like, okay, this is probably what it is. And then, kind of just I'm a people person, so I talk to people and stuff. And I was talking to some of the season stand-ins on the show, and they were like, yeah, this is what we do, blah, blah, blah. And I had familiarity with stand-in work and stuff like that. So I did that one day. It was really cool. And then a week later, they called me back to stand in for Akers. So for Lieutenant Akers with the Wolfpack.
Yep.
So that day we were shooting at the Department of Energy building that's based in Hawkins, but here in Atlanta. And I had befriended some of those people in the stand-in group, and they were like, hey, we don't have a Hopper double, do we? And I were like, oh, no, we don't. We're stand-in. And they're like, you should ask about it. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Because, be honest, I'd only seen season 1 and 2, so I wasn't deep into the lore. I was mainly thinking I need to pay my bills. and like I need something
Yeah.
long term, you know. So I go to the Crafty, and there's like a guy with a headset or whatever, and I'm like, hey, bro, old chick was telling me like you guys need someone big. I'm big. I'm free. I don't have a job, and I could work. And he's kind of just looking at me like, who is this? Thanks, dude. Grabs his peanuts and then walks off. And I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, I ruined it. They're not gonna call me back. And then 2 weeks later, they call me for a fitting, and kind of the rest is history. And then worked on it for about 7-8 months. And it was truly an awesome experience.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I think the moral of this story is do things that are a dare to impress girls,
Yes.
right?
Always.
Yes, you'll never know what those little
And then
dares.
also take risks.
Yeah. Hey, empty
Listen,
empty
Romeo and
hands.
Juliet with Leo was big.
Yeah. It definitely was. Yeah.
That's
No,
awesome.
That's so cool.
And I love that. I swear I'm psychic, Megan, in the most unuseful way. I was just thinking yesterday, I was like, you know, it was probably the best season of American Horror Story. Everyone says Coven. I think it's Freak Show. So that's so cool that you did that. But like being a stand-in,
Mhm.
is that for lighting purposes? Like what exactly do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that.
So, a stand-in is basically someone who fits the like physical attributes and size and look sometimes of an actor. So on Freak Show, it was John Carroll Lynch who played
Yep.
Twisty. So he was a big dude,
Oh,
and
cool.
so like I remember vividly like. And it was like the first time I had done it in a while because I'd done it on some short like projects and stuff in theater. But like I walk into like the bus where like the kids are hiding when Twisty comes in, and
Yep.
the stand-in is basically any notes that a camera operator or maybe like even the director give while they're doing a rehearsal. Sometimes you're supposed to relay that to the actor. They'll ask like, hey, like what am I supposed to do here? Where is camera positioned? You know, just to
Okay.
stay in frame and stuff like that. And I had I was very eager for that one because that was like my first one, and I was like, oh, there's all these people, there's you know all these actors and stuff, and yeah, John asked me like, okay, what's going on? And I was just and he was like, wow, dude,
Too
that's
much information.
No, but he was like, that's awesome. Thank you for that.
Oh,
I really
good,
need that.
good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Nice.
Yeah, so I felt very vindicated for that, for sure.
Yeah. That's good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the stand-in is, you know, we serve as a placeholder for the grip department, for lighting, for the camera operators trying to get a good frame, because we may be sitting there or standing there for 30, 40 an hour trying to figure out
Yeah.
what looks good, and we definitely don't want the actors, you know, to be there just sitting and
Mhm.
standing. So it's definitely easier for us plebs, you know, to stand there and kind of give people a look and stuff. So yeah, it's really awesome to be a part of that. And
It goes to show how many moving parts there are on a production like that, because a
Mhm.
lot of people probably don't think about that. But I think that's amazing. But I have to ask, what would you say, you know, doing these kinds of jobs, what are the most challenging aspects? And then what are the most rewarding aspects of this kind of job?
The most challenging aspects is probably the uncertainty, because sometimes there may be a stunt double instead of a stand-in. So you may be on set
Okay.
for 12 to 14, 15 hours and not do anything that day and just sitting around kind of just hanging out. And your phone only has enough battery. And I never bring battery packs because I'm an idiot. I'm always trying to
Same,
bum
yeah.
one from somebody. But that's probably like the hardest part about it. And then, you know, being aware of like when things are happening, when I can go to the restroom, or when I can, you know,
Mhm.
when do I need to peek in to see private rehearsal, just to give myself an idea of what they want to see before. Because if I'm eager enough and, you know, I know that information before they have to ask me, that's good marks on me, because that means like I'm paying attention and things like
Yeah.
that. So it's really that's the most challenging part. Most rewarding is probably just like you said, there's so many moving parts to film and TV. You know, one scene may take 3 days, and you know, seeing the culmination of that all together on the big screen after it's finished and stuff, you see all the hard work, all the hours, all the, you know, the blood, sweat, and tears sometimes coming together to create like something really, really special. That's the most rewarding, and crafty is the most rewarding too. Because like
Hell yeah.
we eat like kings on Stranger Things. I probably gained 15 pounds in 6 months because you
love that.
you have buffet breakfast, you have a snack in between lunch. They always have fruit, and after lunch you have dessert, and then if you keep going, you have another snack, and then they may send you home with sandwiches. So like, you don't have to
Sounds
grocery shop.
amazing.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
awesome. It truly is.
I mean, Hopper's a big guy, so that was fine. You
Yeah.
needed all that food,
needed
right?
sustenance. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
What would you say is like one of your favorite memories from working on the show? Or maybe like what was a really cool scene that you want to talk about? Like how you were saying it's cool to see the scenes then translated on the big screen.
Mhm.
Like,
I think like one of the ones that I value the most is probably the scene in episode 8 where Hopper and Eleven and Collie are in the Hawkins laboratory and she's going in the tank, because we worked on that for like a week to 2 weeks, and
Oh, wow.
just like it wasn't hard, but it was just so awesome to see like the crane shots and everything that was like being involved with it, the atmosphere, the flashbacks, the, you know, the tank being busted. Like, did that a couple of times because it's just so massive and so much water that you can't do it 9 or 10 times, you know.
Yeah.
That was like really, really cool because it was so much work, and then Sean Levy was directing that scene, and it was like really awesome to see how those people operate. And you know, this guy's has $1 billion blockbuster at the movies, and then just to see how he puts those pieces in together and kind of like puts it all into this crescendo, you know, it was really, really cool. And like, I was thankful that I got to be a part of that, and you know, throw the lid open, and you know, the walkie-talkie and stuff. So yeah, it's awesome.
I had to ask, did you have to learn like almost like shot terminology? Like, you know, oh, we're going to be doing a crane shot. We're going to do a POV. Did you have to know that kind of stuff to relay it to the actor?
No, not the like the camera movement sometimes, yes. But
Okay.
being aware of what they when they are moving on to a next scene, or you know, when they're doing like a private rehearsal, all of that stuff is good terminology and good knowledge to have, because it only makes me better. And
Yeah.
you know, there may be a stand in there that's a day player that like just there for money and just like kind of there just to do a job, maybe like just a career stand in. But you make those relationships with people on crew and stuff, and you know, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. I've made a decision, like, I'm not going back to work a 9 to 5. Like, if I live in a box, that's fine. You know, I'm gonna make it. I have a note on my refrigerator that I wrote a couple years ago. And it's like, you're going to be great. You're going to do the things that you set your mind to. And I look at it and acknowledge it every single day. And, you know, and I care about it. So it's something that I'm fully focused into. And, you know, it's really awesome.
It sounds like you take pride in your work, and obviously the more knowledgeable that you can be, the better of an impression you're going to make, and possibly that will open up more doors for you. So I completely agree with you, and it's all about a positive mindset, you know. But I love that you said that, like, you know, you saw private rehearsals, you would be talking with the actor. So obviously you did speak with David Harbour, and you probably had to talk quite a lot with him. What was that like?
Oh, awesome. Just a regular dude. I mean, I feel like sometimes people will sometimes think these people are like just like, oh, untouchable, like they're myths almost. And no, they're just people doing a job, just like regular people. So very courteous, very nice. was very fun to work with and, get to know.
Nice. Yeah, he'd been in the industry forever, when you look back on his IMDb. But we went to Upside Down Con in 2004, and like it was just so surreal. 2024. Did I say 2004?
Yeah.
Keep that in, baby. I was in 8th grade. Wow, that's horrifying. No, I was a freshman. Jesus. But yeah, in 2024, we went to Upside Down Con, and I remember we walked out of this like meet and greet event with Joe Keery and Maya Hawke, and they were just chilling. They were just normal people that were just like a lot of fun to talk to. And especially somebody like Maya with her, heritage, you're just like, wow, they're just like regular people, they're just, doing their job. They have a passion, much like you. And, people that put them up on pedestals, you got to be like, relax. They're professionals, but they're just like us, So I think that's really, really cool that David was like that. He seems like such a great guy.
Yeah. Maybe Trevor can help us figure out. So we've been trying to we know that they were filming that weekend that we were there, and we've always been super curious what scenes were being filmed at that time. But I highly doubt that you remember exactly what you were working on the second weekend in October.
2024.
Second weekend in October?
Yeah.
They said it was a late shoot, they finished shooting
at
like 8
night
a.m.
shoots and stuff.
We might have been maybe at the church in the graveyard, where they have the wall where they see the wall where Joe's car goes. We may have been there, or we may have been at the lot doing the downtown Max C stuff.
Got you. Okay.
Not sure though, because after you work on it for so many months, they tend to just blur.
Yeah.
They kind of just culminate into this goop of oh yeah, we worked on that for sure.
Yeah. I figured. Okay, so you said that you had only seen the first 2 seasons of the show before you started working on it. So you weren't a big fan. Did you end up watching it and getting a little bit more into it, or are you still just kind of a casual viewer?
Yeah, so after I started really working on it and was working every week, I was it's probably good to do some homework to see what I'm being a part of. So I rewatched it from season 1 up until season 4, and kind of just immersed myself in it, and really just got to know what Hopper's arc was and how he did all the things that he did and stuff. So it was I became a Stranger Things guy after starting to work, and then then I started getting it because I'm the type of person that falls down rabbit holes really easily.
Same.
So
Same.
I was going to oh, there's fan fiction for this, or there's oh, this is what this means. Da, 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 da. So I had to pause myself one time. I was okay, look, it's 4 a.m.
Yep.
You got it. You have to be up for work the next day.
You can hear the birds outside. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's time to put the phone down.
Yep. Been there.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Too funny. Besides Hopper, who's your favorite character?
Ooh, I really like Murray. Just the comedic aspects of it, but also kind of drawing from the rabbit hole stuff. He's the conspiracy theorist that comes in and gives his 2 cents and stuff.
Yeah.
And Brett's an awesome dude also. So Murray was is the one that I gravitated the most after Hop. So yeah, I liked Murray's portrayal and stuff like that.
Love that.
Do you think season 5 will be your favorite because you worked on it, or is it easier to like some of the earlier seasons because you don't know all of the things that went on behind the scenes?
Yeah. Well, season 5, it's hard to put it out of number 1 for me because I was part of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had a close second, it was probably season 1. And not discrediting any of the other seasons, but season 1 had a hunger to it. It had, I loved how they kicked off the show.
Yeah.
It was I think it's one of the best like pilot seasons of TV ever.
Yeah.
Just because the way that they portray everything and how they introduce characters and stuff, and really kick it off really strong. But yeah, season 5 is probably my most favorite, not because I worked on it, but because I love like big crescendos and how they nailed it and gave time and space to each character to kind of flesh things out.
Yeah. So well written. What would you say is your 3 favorite movies of all time?
Oh yeah, like shifting gears a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. So these are 3 movies, but they count as one since they're a trilogy.
Yep.
Smokey and the Bandit.
I adore
That
you.
is. I grew up in Monroe, Louisiana, and I lived in trailer parks, and I was a redneck and stuff. I don't really sound it, but I've kind of grown up from that. And that was movies that I watched every night before bed was Snowman and Smokey. Just tearing up the streets trying to go from Texarkana carrying cases of beer, and Sally Fields in there, and we gonna get it, bro. We gonna get away from them cops. So
I swear, I once made the longest joke / movie reference of Smokey and the Bandit to Megan. And I'm like, yeah, you're like the bandit, and I'm like Snowman, and I have a little dog, and I'm like, that's Fred. Frog, feed Fred. And finally I went, Megan, you've never seen these movies, have you? And she went, no. And I'm like, well, we're going to have to put it down on the movie watch list because I love 70s car movies, but I love how in the third, he finally catches him. And then he's like,
is this a spoiler?
Yeah.
Like now I can't watch it.
You're not going to watch part 3. You're fine. But literally he goes, just think, now you can spend all this time with Junior. And he goes, I'll give you a 10-minute head start. And I'm like, that's how a trilogy is done. Godfather, Star Wars, take note. Smokey and the Bandit.
There you go.
So Smokey would probably be number 1. Inception would probably be number 2.
Great pick.
And then, Blade, the original Blade with Wesley Snipes.
Great
We were
pick.
talking about that recently, I think, Stacey.
Yep.
I guess I have to watch it.
Oh, Blade's
It's really good.
amazing. It's got one of the best openings of all time.
Okay.
Blood Rave, yep.
It's so good.
And
I don't
it's
know.
a Marvel
I
movie.
guess
Oh,
it is.
technically,
Surprisingly.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's
It really
was,
is.
Before
Okay.
they started doing the cinematic universe, it was a Marvel movie. But those movies from my childhood kind of just had an impression on me that really drove, like, before I even knew that I wanted to be in film and TV, those films kind of just propelled me. It was like, oh, this is just the zeitgeist that it creates, and also just the spectacle of it.
Yeah.
Like all the car jumps and Smokey and the Bandit and all the action and Blade and all the layering and like Inception kind of just like, it amazed me so much and just like made me hungry when I figured out that I actually wanted to do film for a living. And I was just like, yeah, that's where that came from. It was all those times watching VHS
Yep.
and not DVD. Okay.
No.
There was a feature on the TV VCR combo that would rewind the movie after you got finished watching it. So I would watch it over and over and over.
Love that.
On the summertime and on the weekends. So yeah.
I love that. So you said you kind of like are someone to go down rabbit holes and like get into things. So are you into any of like any other fandoms?
Yeah. I'm into Dune, the book series. That's an easy one to get caught up into.
Have you read the books or you just like the movies?
Yeah, so I've read book 1 and 2.
Wow.
And then I've seen Dune Part 1 and Part 2. I'm ready for Dune Messiah to come out. And then, I mean, there was a YouTube series, or it's a channel actually, called Red Letter Media. And what they do is they review like a bunch of the like 80s slop films, like the C plus films that you'll never see like on TV.
I'm sure Stacey has seen like all of them.
I probably own them all. Yeah.
Those are real fun to get into because like they'll review them. They'll watch it together and then review it, and then they kind of give you some history alongside it. Like, oh, this director also worked. This was like one of their first films before they directed Jurassic Park, and like just like forgotten media. So I love going down like those rabbit holes of like films that are sometimes forgotten.
Okay. What is that channel called? Stacey, have you seen that? I feel like that's like right up your alley.
I actually
Yeah, shameless
haven't,
plug.
but I'm looking
Red
it up.
Letter Media.
Red Letter. We're writing
That down right now.
Yeah, Red Letter Media. I started watching them in high school, and they have thousands or hundreds of videos of called, like, I think one of the series is called Best of the Worst. So they'll pick 3 movies that people send in, and then they'll pick like which one to like incinerate or like throw in the trash or whatever. So it's really fun.
Good. Oh my God. I'm literally gonna watch this later because I love movies, especially the campy C- movies, but lately what I've been doing with Megan is we've been like, watching movies over the phone and stuff that I'm like, oh, you should watch this if you like Stranger Things. But I find myself cracking way too many jokes. And also I'm like, well, did you know in
it's
production,
a commentary. Yeah.
It's a commentary. I'm like, wow, they did this in production and the director did this. And I'm like, Megan, you're getting so much knowledge.
Yeah. I was like, people could pay for this commentary that I'm getting on the phone like this.
You're welcome.
It's funny that you mentioned that because like my friends, when we would watch movies at the house, I became so insufferable that I would put the commentary track on while watching the movie, and they're like, dude, I don't want to watch Avatar with the commentary track. Like, why do we have to watch Batman Begins with the commentary track? Because I don't even know what's going on. I'm like, shut up. Like, I want to know what they thought about this.
Yeah, you're like, learn something. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I
This
definitely
is my
learned.
private domicile.
I learned all about that guy, how he was in Jurassic Park, or he was in The Great Escape before he was in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
I was insufferable. And then I kept making jokes about dinosaurs. It was poor Megan, which I showed her the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. She had never seen them before.
Yeah.
And I went, weren't those terrifying? And she went, not really. She goes, but then again, I had you in my ear, like telling me production notes and cracking jokes every 2 seconds. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Yeah.
Man, are you watching anything right now? Like any shows or anything?
So right now I finished Pluribus.
I heard that's good.
Or not, maybe not finished it, but I'm caught up with that. I am watching Heated Rivalry. Insane show. But it's
We're
good.
Big fans.
It's
yeah.
good.
Big fans.
Yeah, it's I'm coming to the cottage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good show.
Have you finished it?
No, not yet. I'm on
Okay.
about to watch episode 3. So
Okay. Yeah,
It's great.
It's,
About
it's
to
so
watch.
good.
Finish that. I was a big fan of Severance when that came out. Super great TV.
Yeah.
And then I go to the movies probably. I'm bad about this. I go to the movies probably like once a year, twice a year.
Wow.
And it's like I know it's right down the street, but like I should go more. And they do like re-releases of like some shows and movies from the 80s. So
That's cool.
I think the last film that I saw was Fantastic Four.
Hell
in
yeah.
theaters, and that was great.
That was
super awesome.
That was my last thing I saw in theaters. I think before the Stranger Things.
Megan
finale.
had to watch it in theaters with me, and I dressed up as Johnny Storm, wig and
Yeah.
all.
awesome.
Yep. So she
It
was just like
something.
over my bullshit, you know.
And we walk out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that again. But Stacey's watched it like 10 times.
Great movie.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw Dune Part 1 in theaters like 3 times.
I heard that's a
So-
movie meant to be seen on the big screen.
Yeah, definitely. It's a funny story, a little sidetrack. I went and saw Dune Part 2 in 4DX.
Wow.
And that's like the theater with like the chairs and
Yep.
stuff.
It's like a sensory
I was sore.
experience.
Oh, it's more than a sensory experience. And that's like a long movie, and for all
Yeah.
that, like with the worm stuff, like I was sore for like a good week and a half because like the chair is just jumping you around and like
That's
like all
insane.
that. Super awesome, but yeah, it was that was really fun. I saw that in theaters, and
I really wanted to see Twisters in 40X, but I didn't.
yeah,
Megan
Loved
loves
that
the movie Twister.
Yeah.
Both Twister and Twisters.
We went to go see A Quiet
Mhm.
Place day
Yeah.
one, and they showed the trailer, and she, like,
Well, I didn't know that they were making it
you
at
were
that
about
time.
to jump into the screen because you went, Stacey, I loved the original. And I'm like, yeah, it was pretty good. And she's like, you don't understand. And I'm
No,
like, oh.
hey, the original is really good.
it's so good, and I remember like
It's so
watching
good.
it as a kid and just wanting to like you said, like watch it over and over again. Like
Yeah,
my brothers were worse about that though. That's why I've told Stacey
Mhm.
like all of the movies that I've seen so many times because my brothers would just watch them on a loop. What's the Peter Pan one?
Hook.
Yeah, Hook.
Mm.
I mean, that's a
Yeah.
I've seen
classic.
that so many times.
Classic.
The Jurassic Park movies. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
What is like the next project for you? Have you worked on anything else that you can talk about, or like what else are you doing in general?
So after Stranger Things wrapped, I worked with David on a show called DTF St. Louis. That's coming out on HBO with Jason Bateman and Linda Cardinelli. That was a great show to work on. And then in between that, I worked on a project that I can't say just yet.
Mhm.
It'll be out next year, but I had a featured spot on that.
Nice.
I can say it's a football movie.
Cool.
Nice.
And it's because like I played college football, so it kind of fit into my wheelhouse. So I worked on that for about 3-4 weeks. Right now, I am working on 2 short films. I think I have a script. A script for one right here.
That's awesome.
It's called Revolution of Influence. I'm playing a president of the Confederacy in a timeline that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And then in another short right now, I'm playing an Australian film director.
That's cool.
I've been working on the accent. It's not very good, but
You get there.
good day.
Yeah. That's amazing. I meant to
Yeah.
actually ask Trevor, how
Mhm.
intense, like how locked down was that NDA that I'm sure everybody had to sign, you know?
Yeah, I can say that it was pretty. It's probably still binding a good bit,
Yeah.
but since everything is out and stuff,
Mhm.
yeah, I probably lose everything
Yeah.
if I came out and said anything about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I mean, in this industry, you have to sign NDAs for all of these films and stuff that you work on. And some people kind of want to, dance around it and stuff. But
Mm,
if you want to stay employed, and
Yeah.
this is something I care about too. Is like, it's just one of those aspects that you kind of have to lock in, and when it comes out, it comes out.
and I think that shows what a professional you are, because something like that
Mhm.
big wide of a, show that everybody was dying to find out what was going to happen, that big of a
Yeah.
production, you need to have credible people that are going to stick to these legal binding documents. But, I know that they said that basically Georgia, due to the tax breaks and everything, for a while they were playing with Boston being the next bit, LA. But I've seen so many movies and so many shows now get shot down in Atlanta. What do
Mhm.
you what are your thoughts on the film industry down there and what's up and coming? What are your thoughts on it in general?
Yeah, Atlanta is a great hub for production. And not just because I live here now and need to work. It's just there's so many spots in and around Atlanta that you can shoot every single film for any idea here.
Yeah.
I know that Texas is up and coming too. LA is LA, and New York is New York. But I don't know. There's just something about the hospitality of the people here. The crew here is one in a billion. You know, you can't find it any other place. When you work on projects, especially in Atlanta, it's a big community, but then again, it's really not. So you work with some of the same people, and it's just great to have that camaraderie and knowing that people are employed and doing what they love. But there's something special about Georgia, I think, that you really can't find anywhere else. And I think it's the people, but it's also the landscape of places that you can shoot at, because you have movie studios here, you have outdoor things that you can go and find and shoot almost any idea that you want. You have a thriving actor community here that has immense talent. You have great teachers and coaches here. My coach, Barbara Beneville, one of the best in the whole entire industry, I believe. She just kind of, she sees what she has within you and then pulls it out and shows you what you can do. So yeah, all in all, I think it's, there's no better place than in Atlanta, especially.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Anything else that you wanted to share of things that you're up to right now?
Yeah. So my part-time job, because acting is a full-time gig, but I do have 2 jobs. I work with a company called Rataza. What we do is we go to local Georgia farmers who do vegetables and produce and fruits and things like that. We buy it from them and then sell it at a discounted price to the community. So food deserts and places around Atlanta and in Atlanta have a healthier option than just going to the store and getting a hamburger every now and then, save some money. So that's some of the work that I do right now. It's very rewarding. It's awesome. It's very fulfilling. And so that's kind of like what I do on the side. I do some nonprofit work here and there and kind of just, try to pass the buck and try to leave the place I am better for other people.
That's awesome. Yeah, and it's probably nice to just have something else going on in between, like projects that you're working on acting wise and stuff too. So keeps you busy.
Yeah, it does keep you busy, but also like there was someone that I knew that was a very was a day player actor, but was being booked continuously. And I'd asked him, I was like, how do you, when you were first coming up, how do you like stay like motivated and stuff? And he's like, look, I had a job that I was working while doing all this. And that job was public facing. He said that helped me in my acting journey far more than any other office job, because you're interacting with people, you're talking with people, and, acting is, sometimes people, kind of just like, you get really into the weeds on the methods and all that stuff. But all in all, acting is a kid's game. You're pretending and, being approachable and working with people and stuff like that is part of the game. Networking is part of the game. So keeping your communication fresh and using it every day is very important to your career and what you want to do. So that's what the greats do. And I feel like acting is all about luck sometimes, preparation and all that's great. But I mean, sometimes you just got to be at the right place, right time. And in my personal opinion, Atlanta is the place. And I think now is the right time. So looking forward to seeing what 2026 will bring.
Yeah, we're
Hell
excited
yeah.
to see what you do next.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you sharing just your experience of working on this show, because it's just very cool to get like a little behind the scenes look and understand just like how many people sort of go into like making this show, and not just the ones that you see on screen. So thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you guys bringing me on, getting to talk a little bit, having some jokes, and
Of course.
I like following you guys on social. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
yes,
you guys
it's
do a
fun.
great job. Phenomenal job.
Well, thank you. We enjoy it. It's fun. We have our, full-time jobs too. So this is like our just something to keep us like entertained, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps you level-headed,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's fun.
This was great, Trevor, and definitely as a huge movie buff that taught me a bunch of stuff, about the industry and production in general that I had never known about. So just thank you so much for chatting with us and, Smokey and the Bandit forever and always.
Eastbound and down, lit up and gunning. We gonna do what they say can be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Eastbound, just watch the bandit run.
Guys,
Yes.
you're not getting any singing careers anytime soon.
Damn it, Megan.
Hey, I've been working in the shower every single day.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounded like two angels harmonizing, okay?
Grammys, here we come.
Yep.
All right. Well, we will talk to you soon, but yeah. Over and out.
Over and out.
Over and out. Bye, guys.
Well, that was so fun to talk to Trevor.
He was great.
Yeah, we really enjoyed just chatting with him about his, time working on Stranger Things. And speaking of sort of behind the scenes stuff with Stranger Things, we are getting new content tomorrow. We're recording this on Sunday, so it's coming out on Monday, January 12th.
Okay.
And I called this.
You
this
did.
like
You did.
summer 2023. Summer 2024.
Oh, yeah. we weren't doing the podcast back then.
I called this summer 2024 because we were getting so much like promo for Stranger Things season 5 that was behind the scenes type content.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bet you they're filming a documentary for this season. And I was kind of like basing it on like, did you ever watch the Schitt's Creek documentary?
Yes. Yep.
Like I loved that. And I just thought it would make sense. Off the record, I need to like go back and find that soundbite of myself saying that.
Yeah, you know what? You really should.
Because we are witches on this podcast.
It's all, dude, when he said that he was on American Horror Story, I didn't want to add this detail, but I was in the shower and I was literally like, season 4, that was the best season. So, yeah.
Yeah, so funny. But yeah, we're getting a documentary behind the scenes, season 5 of Stranger Things. I feel like it's going to be super emotional to watch.
Oh my God, I
think
know.
I'm going to cry more than I cried during, the finale watching this documentary because it's just, all of the actors and crew and everybody who worked on this season and this show and all of the hard work that they put in to create this thing that we love so much. Like I think it's going to be kind of a hard watch, but
That's
it's
what
gonna
I
be good.
think, because like when they started releasing photos, and I know Millie, I think she either posted or she put it on her story of her doing looping, and it was her last day and it was her crying, and I think she said something like, screw the show, and it's like their family. So seeing like Maya Hawke and Joe Keery and Natalia and Charlie crying, and all of them hugging each other, just the photos alone were killing me. So to actually witness it, and it's going to be so well done. And we're always very curious about production and stuff and how everything's done. So this should be really interesting. For a while, I was always like, I wonder if they had shot behind the scenes stuff for previous seasons. But we knew just even from their first, like you said, promos, like over a year and a half ago, it was behind the scenes. And Megan just calling the four corners, calling it, going,
I know.
yeah, they're shooting a lot of footage, Stacey. And I'm like, yeah, too bad they didn't use it. And you're like, they're not going to just burn the footage. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this, and it will be something fun to definitely watch to cure those January blues. But, because Conformity Gate, it didn't happen.
I don't think we even need to we didn't mention that because when we recorded our finale
This-
episode
before this.
yeah, it hadn't even been like a thing yet. Like
Mhm.
it came out like during that week that we were, but in between when we recorded and released our like finale reactions.
It was funny. Somebody asked me, they messaged me like the day after, and they're like, "What are your thoughts on Conformity Gate?" And I went, what is it like, if Eddie was going to come back or not in the finale? And they had to explain it, and then I saw, and we will never yuck anybody's yum, you know. There were some wild theories out there, but are we surprised? No. Did we believe it? No. No, guys. You guys all are gonna storm Area 51 and wear your metal hats.
No, I will admit that secretly
secretly wanted
no,
it.
not Conformity Gate, just the new Nightmare like documentary meta thing. I just thought was funny because we just watched that so recently and I loved it. Like, so I was like, wait, like, I love that theory.
We're in a group chat, guys, and like my little horror movie loving heart was like, it grew 3 times its size when like Megan, like, you know, like a horror girly is like, oh yeah, that's meta, like New Nightmare. And I'm like, look at that. The Padawan becomes the master. Like, I love it.
Yep. I'm learning.
But you're learning. But yeah, so it didn't happen, you know, but I think everything happens for a reason. I think this documentary will satisfy, you know, the people that are still recovering from the Stranger Things depression and hangover.
I think it's going to make it worse, honestly. But
I know. I'm going to be like, I'm so depressed, you know.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Lexapro.
I need to be like emotionally prepared for this. But
I was going to suggest watching it together, but I went, we both need to listen to it and you'll kill me because I'll crack jokes.
Yeah.
And then also like, I don't know, us both like sniffling over the phone to each other. No.
We'll watch it. We'll watch it. And then I guess maybe we should talk about it. Like we'll at least talk about it on our next episode. Maybe we'll do a whole episode about it if we feel like there's enough to talk about. Yeah. But we've got some other fun plans too. So
yeah. I mean, I've cried with you before watching A Quiet Place Day 1. We were boo-hoo crying.
Oh, in the movie theater? Yeah.
Yeah, Brandy's looking at us like we're the 2 biggest losers. And we're like, the cat and the pizza. So,
but I mean, I did cry also during the Pokemon movie. That's like...
You know, I literally just thought of that the other day when you revealed that while we were down in Georgia. And I went, you like the actual Pokemon movie? And you're like, something about that song. And I'm like...
Brother, my brother, what are we fighting for?
Guys, I'm leaving the podcast. I'm done with her shit.
Anyway.
Anywho.
We'll see if I cry more during the Stranger Things documentary than I did during the Pokemon movie, to be determined. But we are very excited about it. But we also, in the past few episodes, have... not talked about merch because it's been like, you know, our group therapy finale reactions. And I know you have gotten a lot of new merch. I actually got a few things for Christmas that I haven't really even told you about, I don't think.
No, so you're going to have to tell me in a second.
So let's do a little merch segment.
So I did not get this because it sold out like instantly and it was $300. The Lego Creel House set, mind you, if I had the funds and it hadn't have sold out, I'm not a Lego or a puzzle girly at all. Look at what happened with the Creel 3D puzzle. Like, that's like ages 6 and up. I was like, you do it, Rachel. But I don't know. Right away, I was like, something is oddly soothing about Legos. And I'm like, it's an expensive hobby. But right away, I was watching other friends of ours get it. And I'm like, it's a big set, but it's so cool looking. And I was watching a lot of content on that particular set. As of right now, it's out of stock. I'm sure they will restock it, but, $300. But it's just so cool looking, So I found that the Lego fans were just all going out and building it. I know our friend Haley, she was working on hers. Tracy had finished hers. Like, it is remarkable.
It's very cool. It's very cool. And I love that they finally made another one. And I should probably
finish yours?
I should probably finish that at some point.
What's that going on, 2 years now?
Yeah, I got it for Christmas 2 years ago. Yeah.
I'm not shaming you, but
I like it how it is. I made the whole the whole Byers house. It's just the right side up version and not the upside down version.
So there's no bad version. See, I like the way
Right.
you work. Okay, I see you.
Also,
Yeah.
it's just like it's something to look forward to if I ever do it. But the other thing is, I feel like it would be very repetitive because it's the exact same thing. Like, so I already did it once.
It's not as exciting.
Exactly.
Bye. I can't with you. I thought it was funny. So at my school that I work at, I swung by to talk to a teacher, and she had a student doing a Lego set, and it was only a car, one little car, and it was like the younger version of Lego. So it literally was ages 6 and up. Like there were like probably 10 steps together. So he was kind of struggling, but he's in 2nd grade. And he was like, Miss Still, could you help me? And later on, the teacher was like, it was so funny seeing him like loudly crash out and you silently crashing out because you're like, I think there's pieces missing. And he's like, Miss Still, the box is brand new. And I was like, could you imagine me crashing out? And I spent $300. Like, Quinn would end up eating all the Lego.
If you get the Creel House Lego set, I will do it with you. Because I
Thank
love doing them.
They could actually, what ended up, being the end of Skull Rock broadcast? Well, the Lego set, they could make a documentary about that.
Yeah,
could you imagine
probably.
the horrors?
And me just saying that on the podcast will be the introduction to that documentary.
Yep. Voiceover, if only she knew the horrors that awaited.
All right, what else?
But,
what else?
So thanks to my friend Eli, I was gifted this amazing Loungefly Squawk bag.
It's really
I'm
cool.
not really a big Loungefly girly. I know our friend Juan collects them. I think they're so cool, especially the Stranger Things ones. But this one, like I said it myself, that I felt a little underwhelmed with the merch this go around because it seemed as though all the really cool, unique food promotional stuff was overseas. But, I loved the pops and stuff, but, I loved all the Squawk merch. That was really what I was trying to horn in. And like, is it horn in or hone in?
Second one.
Hone in, not horn in. Well, Steve works there, so maybe we are horning in. God damn it. I think I said that man, I must have said that a few times with Trevor, too. I think I said
Just once, I
horn
think.
in. You caught it because you were like, oh, Stacey, keep that in. So yeah, it's horn, not... Fuck, I did it again. Horn. Hawn. What is it now? Goldie Hawn. Okay, we're moving on.
I'm going to pee my pants.
Okay, I'm really locked in. That's what I'm going to say. I'm, zeroed in. I'm super focused. Yep, because I can't talk.
Hone.
Yeah.
It's like a honing
Hone.
beacon.
Hone.
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 Hone
Okay,
in.
I was really honed in. I fucking hate my life. On the Squawk merch, and I tried to focus only on that because if not, it will get away from me. And I recently, last night, decided to dedicate my Saturday to dusting and reorganizing my collection. In hindsight, I thought, this is going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. I thought it would be a great idea. And my whole Saturday was wasted. Mind you, I kept taking breaks. But Quinn had to witness me just going, oh my God, I own so much shit. And it just went on for an eternity. But I was able to reorganize and dust everything. And I was discovering a bunch of stuff that I hadn't seen in quite a while. So that was always cool. But I remember laughing to myself because I have some miscellaneous pops that I've been able to get real cheap off Facebook Marketplace or gotten them as gifts. But I told myself a strict rule. I'm really only allowed to get Eddie, Robin, and Steve pops. So with season 5 merch, I said, really, I'll get, different stuff, but I'm really only going to stay in this Squawk lane and hone in on it.
Stop.
I love that you had to shut your camera off for a minute.
To control myself.
Yeah, I love it. But
I think that's
anyways,
smart. Yeah, that's smart. And your collection
Yeah.
looks amazing. Obviously,
Thank
it always
you.
does.
Thank
But
you.
that keeping to that as a theme for your season 5 collecting.
Yeah, and I have to say they've come out with some really cool stuff. And of course, my 2 favorite characters that they're mostly featured in that kind of merch. But this bag, it's the Squawk van, but it lights up, which blew my mind. The little headlights light up so you can charge it on a USB or put batteries in. So right away I was like, look at that's adorable. So huge thanks to them for that. I got from my friend Mark, I got the box lunch windbreaker. It's like I'll have to wear it for you, but it's all these different faded, burgundies and navy blues and oranges, and it looks like a vintage like old windbreaker, and it looks super freaking cool. So I'm gonna be rocking like the 90s, late 80s windbreaker, so I'm excited about that. And he also got me this thing from Momo Slimes. I guess they're a shop on TikTok, and they do Stranger Things themed slime, and I think I've sent you their stuff before.
Yeah, I'm jealous. They're so cool.
I'm telling you, I was a silly putty girly growing up. So right away I went, ooh. So getting right away, I'm like, what is this slime? And it like smelled like marshmallows, but it came with all the letters. It's supposed to be Joyce's wall with the letters and Christmas lights. It just looks so cool. So, and they've done
Are you gonna like slime it, or are you gonna like keep it nice?
You know what? I might slime it for maybe the Patreon guys. We'll do some ASMR with Stacy, and I'll I don't know, clack spoons together or some shit. You're welcome. But they do have other ones on their website. They have like a Starcourt one, a Mind Flare one, an Upside Down one. So very, very cool. A Scoops Ahoy one. So really love that. And then I'll have to find out the name of the shop, but this is why I am not allowed to go on TikTok shop, because I wanted to know, I recreated it using like spare clothes that I just happened to have in those colors. But I love the like tan, brown, and red like shirt that Steve rocks in the first few episodes of season 5. So right away I'm like, man, I wish like I could find that exact outfit. I thought I did on TikTok, and I was like, this is great. Oh my God.
It's bad.
You get what you paid for, guys. And maybe I'll wear it for the next recording. It's something else. So that shame on me. This is why I'm not allowed to have a debit card. But yeah, so I was really pumped about that. And I heard there's going to be another wave of pops coming soon. So stay tuned. What about you?
I got like some like action figures, like an Elle and a Demogorgon action figure. I don't have to show them to you. I don't know where they came from. But hold on.
Is it her in the like red shorts?
I think so, yeah. Let me show you the one thing I got. I have to go get it.
Oh.
I do kind of love it. Hold on.
Oh.
Leia's obsessed with it.
I was going to say, I'm like, that's going to be Leia's little bitch soon. Make that just into a TikTok, you opening up its face over and over again and me just watching.
So there's that.
That's different.
I also, my favorite thing was the blue WSQK
the squawk one.
like
Yep.
sweat crew neck that like Lucas is wearing in the finale. I did get the calendar for this year.
Nice.
It's in like a special box, which is kind of cool.
Ooh.
I don't know. It's cool. January is Elle in her red shorts.
Okay.
And I got a food item, but I'm not going to spoil it because Stacey and I are maybe going to make a Patreon video about it.
Oh yeah.
We both have tried them already, but I don't want to spoil it. We may have differing feelings.
I look just as lost. I'm like,
we
and you're like, I'm not
texted
saying
about
it,
it the
Stacey.
other day.
oh yeah. Ding dong. Yeah, no. And guys, sign up for the Patreon. You'll love it. It's going to be doing ASMR, which is going to be a mess. And taste test. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. So some fun stuff for sure.
Definitely, definitely. Well, I had a barrel of laughs with you today, and I hope you really honed in. Boom, circle gets the square on, just life. That was a horrible set. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to say the word right.
What are you even talking about?
I'm making no sense, guys. It's Sunday. I'm toast.
This was super fun. Always enjoy talking to you about merch and, upcoming Stranger Things stuff, but it was just a blast.
I'm going to interrupt you, even though I know
Okay.
you're trying to wrap it up. I found a wax melt, and I forget the shop. I probably mentioned it a million times, but it was in my collection, had never been burnt before, and I smelled it, and they always say smell triggers the strongest memories, and suddenly I was transported to literally, I want to say it was probably April 2023. Joe Keery was doing that like Germany, like Comic-Con. And I'm like, he's never going to come to the States. I just watched Henry Gamble's birthday. If you know, you know. And I just going, oh, I can't wait to meet the Steady Stories girl, you know, in June in Philly. So right away I was like, this is like one of the infinity stones of Skull Rock broadcast. It brought me back.
It was like the sparkle of the inspiration, you know, before
It
the
was a
pebble
domino effect.
before the pebble at
Remember, I kept trying to make that work. I'm like, back when we were just a little pebble, and you're like, Stacey, we get it. Skull Rock, we get it. You're killing it. It's not working. Stop trying to make fetch work.
But anyway.
Anyway, so this was fun. Yep.
Try to wrap this up.
Yep. The hour's worth late.
It was a blast talking to Trevor. We really appreciate him coming on to talk to us today. And it's always, you know, just a blast to chat with you all. So until next time.
Where can they? No.
Oh,
No.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to horn in. Fuck. Horn in.
I'm literally going to pee my pants before this is over.
So where can they find us, Megan?
So we are on social media, pretty much everywhere, but we hang out mostly on Instagram at Skull Rock Broadcast. I am also at Steady Stories, and Stacey is at Stay Still Reviews. So definitely come hang out with us there. And we have Patreon as well. If you would like to support the show, get access to some of that great bonus content that we've been talking about.
ASMR, you can fall asleep to the sound of me playing with slime. Not creepy at all.
Yeah, so we've been kind of like trying to post more on TikTok too.
You know, our little millennial hearts are trying to figure it out.
So, you know, just come hang out with us. It's fun, keeps us entertained, and
until next time,
peace.
Peace.